I've already had that conversation. So now he gonna have to go through it. He gonna have to go through it and get through it. Ain't nothing me, his mama, or nobody else gonna be able to say about it.
I don't want y'all to check the car.
I can't hear you.
I don't want y'all to search the car.
Well, I understand that, but if I smell weed, that's probable cause to search the vehicle.
You're not gonna find nothing. You're gonna find my...
New footage of King Harris locked up just broke the internet, and the reactions are wild. The son of T.I. and Tiny has always carried himself like he's built for that street life, but this new viral jail clip has everyone second-guessing the act. Is King really that guy? Or has he been putting on a show for social media? Let's get into what really went down behind those bars, and how hip-hop's young prince ended up in cuffs. See, King Harris isn't your average wannabe tough celebrity kid. He's the son of Clifford T.I. Harris, the self-crowned king of the South, and Tamika Tiny Harris, a star in her own right. This kid was born into money, fame, and influence most people can only dream about. But that's exactly where his struggle starts. When life hands you everything, trying to prove you're real can turn into your biggest downfall. Word on the streets is that King's been on a mission to show he's more than just a privileged kid living off his parents' legacy. He's been chasing that street credibility, but the streets don't hand out passes. Everything came crashing down on October 14th, 2024, when Dunwoody police pulled him over during what should have been a simple traffic stop. But this wasn't just another routine pull-up. It escalated fast. King was rolling out of a Chevron in his flashy BMW, probably feeling untouchable, when he crossed double yellow lines and nearly clipped a police cruiser. Big mistake. Everyone knows rule number 1, never move reckless right in front of the boys in blue. But that one slip turned his flex into a full-blown reality check. And ever since, the world's been watching every second of his downfall unfold.
I just made this offer to my boy Tootie. I'm gonna let the world know this offer. I told my dog all he gotta do is come to the gym with me, and I'm gonna get him set up with some veneers on me.
That so-called street education King bragged about? Yeah, the gaps showed fast. The officer flips the lights, pulls him over for that reckless move, and from there, it spirals. The moment the cop walks up, that strong smell hits the air. Then boom! The officer spots a strap sitting right on King's hip like it's part of his outfit. A loaded 9mm just chilling in plain sight. Anyone who's really lived that life knows. Rookie mistake number 1. Never make it that easy for the cops to see your heat, but it only gets worse. When the officer runs his name, boom, an active bench warrant pops up from Pickens County. Turns out King had skipped court for a 2022 case involving speeding, driving on a suspended license, and a DUI. 3 charges deep, and he's not even 20 yet. When the old body cam footage from that arrest leaked months later, fans got a reality check of their own. Gone was the loud, tough-talking King from Instagram. Instead, they saw a jittery, unsure kid who looked completely lost. The same guy who once claimed he'd pull up on anybody was suddenly quiet, polite, and trying to hold it together when things got real.
This is my warrant for.
So your warrant is for a failure to appear? Dispatch is going to call in and make sure it's still valid.
Failure to appear where? I didn't have no court dates.
It's for a DUI out of Pickens County.
Out of Pickens County?
32. Could you go and confirm that warrant?
The only DUI, I had a suspicion of a DUI a long time ago, and it was dismissed, so I don't know what they could be talking about.
That switch up was wild. The minute real consequences hit, all that internet bravado vanished. King wasn't angry or fearless. He looked like someone realizing too late that none of this was a game. He didn't even seem to know which counties still had open cases on him. Stumbling over his answers like he was piecing his life together right there on camera, King's story started folding in on itself. Like even he couldn't keep track anymore. That's not street smart, that's sloppy. That's that confused suburban energy he swore he'd left behind. At one point, he even tried convincing the officer his 2022 DUI case had been dismissed. But anyone who knows the system could see the truth. King wasn't built for this. He was just trying to survive the chaos he created. And the system, it never forgets. Just because you think your warrants disappeared doesn't mean they actually did. When cops tore through King's decked-out BMW, they found exactly what you'd expect from somebody trying way too hard to prove they're about that life. Sweating bullets. King starts blurting out that there are multiple firearms inside, including an AR-15 style rifle and a few other pieces he claimed belonged to his passengers. But here's the contradiction. Real street guys never volunteer information. That's rule number 1. You stay quiet, stay calm, let your lawyer handle it. King did the opposite, panicking, begging the cops not to search while telling them exactly what's in the car. That's not gangster. That's nervous, spoiled energy from a kid too used to being rescued. And that's when things flipped from reckless to dangerous. Because King wasn't just another dude with a gun. He already had a juvenile felony on his record, which meant this traffic stop just turned into a potential federal case for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. That's serious time? No favors, no quick bail, just cold reality waiting. As the officers dug through his ride, you could literally see the frustration burning across his face. That moment when it finally hits. This isn't a bad night. This is life-changing. He kept snapping questions, his tone rising, trying to figure out what they were after. But that tough guy mask he wears online, it cracked right there on camera. The world watching as the king realized his crown couldn't save him from real-world consequences. That internet image, the loud, fearless persona, started crumbling fast. Once the pressure hit, it was obvious this wasn't a hardened street vet. This was a young kid in way over his head. He got hauled off to DeKalb County Jail, then transferred to Pickens County by morning. And thanks to Columbus Day court closures, he couldn't even post bond. Just him, a cold cell, and too much time to think. No Instagram Live, no designer chains, no hype. The same internet that gassed him up couldn't do a thing to save him now. Eventually, the warrant got recalled and he made bond. But by then, the damage was done. His rap sheet was out there for everyone to see. And instead of street cred, it showed failure to appear warrants and petty traffic charges. That's not gangster. That's messy. Real ones from the streets clowned the whole situation, calling him out for chasing an image instead of owning his truth. And to make it sting even more,
King Harris.
Ooh, you standing on business.
What we talking about, man? Come on, man.
Don't play with people's kids now.
He
Don't
talking
play
about,
with
hey,
King.
come on, man. What? Come on, bro.
King said
You
he
talking about
created
King
the term standing on
TIP,
business.
son?
Yes, King.
all this chaos exploded right after King Harris's baby shower. He was supposed to be stepping into fatherhood, gearing up to welcome his first child with Jania Epps. But instead, he was sitting behind bars, acting like he had something to prove. His girl had to watch her man unravel while the world laughed. And social media, they showed zero mercy. The comments were ruthless. People saying stuff like, "He wanna be a thug so bad," and "Tip gonna let him sit in there too." The internet never misses a chance to expose fake tough talk. And this time, King was their favorite target. Even DJ Academics said what everyone else was thinking. King was chasing street credibility so hard, it looked straight up ridiculous. People roasted him nonstop, turning those weak traffic charges into punchlines just to make him sound tougher. That stung because it killed the whole illusion, exposing how unnecessary this act really was. Like, why would someone born into money, fame, and privilege want to act like he's trapped in the trenches? Folks out here fight to escape that life, while King's out here pretending to live it. At this point, it wasn't rebellion. It was confusion. This whole saga showed just how disconnected King really was from what the streets actually mean, but the chaos didn't just put a spotlight on King. It cracked open that tense father-son bond between him and T.I. For months, T.I. had been out here talking tough, saying things like he'd cut King off financially and let him learn the hard way. But once his son really ended up behind bars, that tough love probably hit different. You could see it. The dad in him fighting with the boss in him. Watching your own kid fall that hard hits deeper than pride. Still, even with all of T.I.'s power and connections, there were limits. This wasn't a headline he could buy his way out of, or a PR mess he could clean up overnight. King had to face the music like anybody else, and when that body cam footage dropped in August 2025, the internet went nuclear all over again. What it showed wasn't a fearless, street-bred boss. It was a polite, nervous kid way out of his depth. Nothing like the image he built online. And here's the wild part, that 2024 arrest wasn't even the end of it. It was just the beginning of something way bigger. As 2025 rolled in, whispers started spreading everywhere. Rumors that King had been sentenced to 5 years in prison. None of it confirmed. Just pure gossip mixed with internet chaos. But by then, the truth didn't even matter. The damage was already done. King's arrest became the breaking point where his flashy Instagram persona slammed straight into cold reality. All those stand-on business posts suddenly looked weak once the real charges hit. The talk stopped, The filters faded, and the mask fell off. What the world saw wasn't a hardened street king. It was a scared young man, realizing too late that this game comes with consequences.
What I appreciate more than anything right now is to be able to make a phone call. So when we get there, it can already be figured out.
To who? Who are you trying to make a phone call to?
I'm trying to make a phone call to my pop.
All this chaos exploded right after King Harris's baby shower. He was supposed to be stepping into fatherhood, gearing up to welcome his first child with Jania Epps. But instead, he was sitting behind bars, acting like he had something to prove. His girl had to watch her man unravel while the world laughed. And social media, they showed zero mercy. The comments were ruthless. People saying stuff like, "He wanna be a thug so bad?" and "Tip gonna let him sit in there too." The internet never misses a chance to expose fake tough talk. And this time, King was their favorite target. Even DJ Academics said what everyone else was thinking. King was chasing street credibility so hard, it looked straight up ridiculous. People roasted him nonstop, turning those weak traffic charges into punchlines just to make him sound tougher. That stung because it killed the whole illusion, exposing how unnecessary this act really was. Like, why would someone born into money, fame, and privilege want to act like he's trapped in the trenches? Folks out here fight to escape that life, while King's out here pretending to live it. At this point, it wasn't rebellion. It was confusion. This whole saga showed just how disconnected King really was from what the streets actually mean, but the chaos didn't just put a spotlight on King. It cracked open that tense father-son bond between him and T.I. For months, T.I. had been out here talking tough, saying things like he'd cut King off financially and let him learn the hard way. But once his son really ended up behind bars, that tough love probably hit different. You could see it. The dad in him fighting with the boss in him. Watching your own kid fall that hard hits deeper than pride. Still, even with all of T.I.'s power and connections, there were limits. This wasn't a headline he could buy his way out of, or a PR mess he could clean up overnight. King had to face the music like anybody else, and when that body cam footage dropped in August 2025, the internet went nuclear all over again. What it showed wasn't a fearless street-bred boss. It was a polite, nervous kid way out of his depth. Nothing like the image he built online. And here's the wild part, that 2024 arrest wasn't even the end of it. It was just the beginning of something way bigger. As 2025 rolled in, whispers started spreading everywhere. Rumors that King had been sentenced to 5 years in prison. None of it confirmed, just pure gossip mixed with internet chaos. But by then, the truth didn't even matter. The damage was already done. King's arrest became the breaking point where his flashy Instagram persona slammed straight into cold reality. All those stand-on-business posts suddenly looked weak once the real charges hit. The talk stopped, the filters faded, and the mask fell off. What the world saw wasn't a hardened street king. It was a scared young man, realizing too late that this game comes with consequences.
Big struggle.
In Pickens County, I don't even know what Pickens County is. So I'm confused.
Where was your DUI?
Jasper
Jasper, is that a city or a county?
County. Can I call my look?
And King Harris was learning that lesson in real time. Just when everyone thought things couldn't get any more embarrassing, he dropped another cringe-worthy moment that had fans shaking their heads. It went down at a high school basketball game where King jumped out during halftime to perform one of his tracks trying to prove he still had the crowd. But instead of hyping the place up, the students laughed and heckled him right there in the gym. That's how shaky your image is when even high school kids are roasting you during your own set. The clip went viral within hours, and people couldn't stop replaying it, proof that King's reputation was slipping fast. But his biggest L came next when he tried to start a beef with comedian Funny Marco and later Drusky over the phrase standing on business. Instead of building street respect, the whole situation turned into another messy moment of people asking if King was really serious or just desperate for attention. King actually went online claiming he invented the phrase standing on business and even threatened to pull up on Drusky if he didn't give him credit. The internet wasn't having it. The whole thing was beyond corny. Then, when Drusky fired back during an interview on The Breakfast Club, he didn't hold back at all, straight up laughing and saying, "Come on, man." He said he pulling up on me. Drusky's reaction said what everyone was already thinking. King talks tough online, but goes home to comfort and luxury every night. It hit deep because it was true, and the fans could see it. Instead of letting it slide, King tried to clap back with weak personal jabs, but it only made things worse. The internet was eating him alive, and every move he made just dug the hole deeper. The once proud Prince of the South turning into a walking punchline before everyone's eyes. King tried firing back with jokes, calling Drusky built like a punch buggy. But by then, the damage was already done. The crowd wasn't laughing with him. They were laughing at him. He didn't look dangerous or confident anymore. He looked pressed, chasing clout instead of earning respect. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get more embarrassing, came another viral moment that had the whole internet clowning. King got exposed on 2 Chainz's podcast for not being able to spell the word tomorrow. Imagine being 20 years old trying to sound sharp in front of hip-hop legends and then fumbling a basic word like that. All while your dad Ty sits right next to you looking like he just saw his legacy take a hit. The clip went viral in seconds and not in a good way. Fans flooded social media with memes, jokes, and pure disbelief. People started asking real questions like, what kind of education did this man even get? Piece by piece, King's image was collapsing, and these moments made it impossible to hide the truth anymore. It was clear as day. King Harris was trapped between 2 worlds. Too privileged to ever understand real struggle, yet too unfocused and immature to earn true respect from the streets. And here's the harsh reality. Respect only comes from 2 things: authenticity and results. And at that point, King didn't have either. His actions kept proving he was more about attention than discipline, more about the image than the effort. Eventually, even Ty had enough. The proud father turned into the frustrated mentor and finally cut off King's financial support, saying it was time for his son to learn life the hard way. It was tough love, something that probably should have come way sooner. But by then, the damage was already deep. King was speeding straight toward consequences that no fame or money could erase. The sad part, King had everything he needed to win. Real talk. He had connections, money, and a father who built an empire from nothing. But instead of learning from that blueprint, he tried to rewrite it and ended up rewriting his own downfall instead. Instead of using all those resources and connections to build his own lane, King kept wasting time trying to convince the world he came from a struggle that wasn't even his. By the end of 2024, the writing was on the wall, clear, bold, and impossible to ignore. King Harris was speeding toward a hard reality check. His fake persona was getting exposed from every angle. His family ties were snapping under the pressure, and his music career sinking instead of soaring. The streets don't salute cosplay, and King was about to learn that lesson in full force. But here's the wild twist. All that family drama, all those viral L's, that was just the warm-up. What came next was darker, heavier, and way more serious. King's obsession with proving he was street certified was about to land him in real legal danger. The kind that doesn't just disappear when the cameras stop rolling. This was the moment where all that talk about standing on business would be tested for real. Not on Instagram, but in courtrooms and jail cells. For the Harris family, 2025 hit different. The streets started buzzing heavy with rumors. Whispers saying King had been sentenced to 5 years in prison. Social media lit up like wildfire. And if that wasn't messy enough, even darker reports began to spread. People claiming King had been jumped inside a Georgia county jail. Now, whether those stories were facts or just wild internet chatter didn't even matter. The simple fact that people believed them showed just how far King's image had fallen. He'd become the kind of name folks tossed around in whispers, like a cautionary tale in motion. According to the talk, King had been brutally beaten by multiple inmates in what sounded like a planned ambush. And get this, word was the surveillance cameras just happened to malfunction during the entire thing. Convenient, right? If there's even... King Harris was learning life the hard way, live in real time. Just when everyone thought things couldn't get more embarrassing, he hit another cringe moment that had fans shaking their heads. This one went down at a high school basketball game. King jumped out during halftime to perform one of his tracks, trying to hype the crowd. Instead, students laughed, heckled him, and made it clear just how shaky his image had become. The clip went viral in hours, proof his reputation was slipping fast. But the bigger L came when he tried sparking a beef with comedian Funny Marco and later Drusky over the phrase, standing on business. Instead of gaining street cred, King looked desperate for attention. Claiming he invented the phrase, he even threatened to pull up on Drusky if he didn't get credit. The internet laughed, big time. Corny doesn't even begin to cover it. When Drusky fired back on The Breakfast Club, he didn't hold back. "Come on, man," he said, "he pulling up on me." That reaction said what everyone was already thinking. King talks tough online, but goes home to comfort and luxury every night. Fans saw the truth, and it hit hard. King tried to respond with weak personal jabs, but it only dug the hole deeper. The once proud Prince of the South was turning into a walking punchline. He even called Drusky built like a punch buggy, but by then, it was too late. The crowd wasn't laughing with him, they were laughing at him. Pressed, chasing clout instead of earning respect. And just when things couldn't get more embarrassing, he got exposed on 2 Chainz's podcast for not being able to spell the word tomorrow. Imagine, 20 years old, trying to sound sharp in front of hip-hop legends, fumbling a basic word, while his dad T.I. sat right there, watching his legacy take a hit. The clip went viral immediately. Social media exploded with memes, jokes, and disbelief. People asked, what kind of education did this man even get? Piece by piece, King's image was collapsing. The truth was clear. He was trapped between 2 worlds. Too privileged to truly understand struggle, too unfocused and immature to earn real street respect. Respect only comes from authenticity and results. And at this point, King had neither. His actions proved he was more about attention than discipline, image over effort. Eventually, even T.I. had enough. The proud father turned frustrated mentor and cut off King's financial support. Tough love that probably should have come sooner. But by then, the damage was deep. King was racing toward consequences that no fame or money could erase. The sad part? He had everything he needed to win. Connections, money, and a father who built an empire from nothing. Instead of learning from that blueprint, he tried rewriting it and ended up rewriting his own downfall. Chasing a struggle he never lived, he wasted time proving an image that wasn't real. By the end of 2024, it was crystal clear. King Harris was speeding toward a harsh reality check. His fake persona was being exposed from every angle. Family ties snapping, his music career sinking. The streets don't salute cosplay, and King was about to learn that lesson full force. But here's the twist. All that family drama, all the viral L's, that was just the warm-up. What came next was darker, heavier, and way more serious. King's obsession with proving he was street certified was about to land him in real legal trouble. Not Instagram trouble, real-life court and jail trouble. By 2025, the streets were buzzing with rumors, whispers of a 5-year prison sentence. Social media lit up like wildfire. Darker stories spread too, claims that King had been jumped inside a Georgia county jail. Fact or fiction didn't matter. The fact that people believed it showed how far his image had fallen. He'd become a cautionary tale in motion. Word on the street? King was allegedly beaten by multiple inmates in a planned ambush, with surveillance cameras conveniently malfunctioning during the incident. And that's the brutal truth King Harris had to learn in real time. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get more embarrassing, he dropped yet another cringe-worthy moment that had the internet shaking their heads. It all went down at a high school basketball game. King jumped on stage during halftime trying to flex one of his tracks and prove he still had the crowd. Instead, the students laughed and heckled him in the gym. That's how fast your street image can crumble when even high school kids are roasting you mid-set. The clip went viral in hours, proof that King's reputation was slipping fast, but the next L hit even harder. King tried to start beef with comedian Funny Marco and later Drusky over the phrase, standing on business. Instead of building street cred, it turned into pure chaos. He claimed he invented the phrase, and even threatened to pull up on Drusky if he didn't get the credit. The internet? Not having it. The whole thing came off corny, desperate, and weak. Drusky fired back on The Breakfast Club, laughing at King and saying, "Come on, man!" He said he pulling up on me. That reaction said it all. Online, King talks tough, but at home, comfort and luxury rule his nights. The fans saw the truth. King tried weak clapbacks, calling Drusky built like a punch buggy, but the damage was already done. The crowd wasn't laughing with him. They were laughing at him. Pressed, clout-chasing, attention-seeking, the Prince of the South was turning into a walking punchline. And the next viral moment? Peak embarrassment. On the 2 Chainz podcast, King couldn't even spell tomorrow. At 20, trying to sound sharp in front of hip-hop legends and fumbling a basic word while Ty sat right beside him, it went viral instantly. Social media exploded with memes and jokes, and fans questioned his whole upbringing. Step by step, King's image was collapsing. It was clear he was trapped between 2 worlds. Too privileged to understand real struggle, too immature to earn street respect. Authenticity and results, that's the currency of respect. King had neither, even Ty finally had enough. The proud father turned frustrated mentor cut off King's financial support, letting him face reality. Tough love probably overdue, But the damage? Already deep. King was barreling toward consequences no money or fame could erase. Real talk. He had all the tools, connections, cash, and a blueprint from T's empire. Instead, he gambled it all, chasing a struggle that wasn't his, and ended up rewriting his own downfall. By the end of 2024, the writing was on the wall. King Harris was speeding toward a cold reality check. His fake street persona was unraveling from every angle. Family ties snapping, music career sinking. The streets? They don't salute cosplay. And King? He was about to learn that lesson the hard way. But here's the kicker. All the viral L's, all the family chaos. That was just the warm-up. His obsession with proving he was street certified was about to land him in real legal trouble. The kind that doesn't disappear when the cameras turn off. His standing on business talk? Soon, it would be tested in courtrooms and jail cells. By mid-2025, the streets were buzzing. Whispers claimed King got sentenced to 5 years. Rumors of a jail ambush spread, and the internet lit up. Whether true or not didn't matter. People believed it, and King's image shattered. He had gone from flexing street bravado to becoming a cautionary tale. A name whispered as a warning. Boozy Badaz added fuel to the fire, dropping bars about King's scandals, and even questioning Ty's ability to raise a street dude. In hood culture, that's a double hit, taking down both son and father in one swing. And while the chaos raged online, T.I. was hitting breaking point. Word was he admitted behind closed doors that even with all his money, fame, and street wisdom, he couldn't save King from self-destruction. Then the financial blows. In July 2025, T.I. and Tiny's $71 million legal win against MGA Entertainment got slashed to $17.9 million. Suddenly, even the empire was under pressure. Questions swirled. Would T.I. bail King out or let him face the storm alone? Fans speculated endlessly. Even King's lighter, fun moments showed the dysfunction running deep. In September 2025, he offered 2D Raw free veneers to join a gym challenge. Fans laughed, but the truth? King still hadn't learned. Clout over accountability. Flashy gestures over real solutions. Step back and look at King's 2025 saga. Privilege, pride, bad decisions, legal chaos, family drama. A protected celebrity kid became an alleged target behind bars. One of the wildest collapses in modern hip-hop. But this isn't just King's story, it's a cautionary tale about fame, ego, and chasing the wrong kind of respect. King had everything to win, but instead gambled it all for validation. Money and fame didn't save him, they just shined a spotlight on dysfunction. His fight to step out of T's shadow became a full-blown spiral, threatening both his and his father's legacy. If King had focused on music, leaned into family wisdom, and built something real, he could have thrived. Instead, chasing street cred pulled him deep into legal chaos, betrayal, and public humiliation. The streets? They don't forgive. They don't forget. And when your whole image is built on looking real, one wrong move can flip the script instantly. Now all eyes are on King. Can he bounce back and rewrite the story? Or is he already a casualty in the war between privilege and street credibility? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like, smash subscribe, and share this video to stay locked for the next jaw-dropping chapter that's about to shake hip-hop culture.